1990s, I worked a little bit around radio people, right, in Philadelphia. I wasn't a radio DJ. I wasn't like, I was like a promotionals guru. Like, you know what I mean? If they needed someone to get in trouble, they sent me.
Oh.
All right. And so, listeners, all right, have you ever actually, if you've never been in the radio or podcast room where some people have a studio and then they have a producer looking through the window from another room?
Yes,
right?
That's telling them and keeping them on track.
Keeping them on track. That's right. And what the producer says from the other thing, he just holds up the card with 3 letters onto it.
Okay.
SBD. With that being said, welcome to tonight's episode, ladies and gentlemen. No, we're dropping it. We're dropping it. Moving on. All right. This is the part where we make people wonder what we're talking about. Anyway, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 166. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christmas time again. And we're bringing back something we did last year. I don't think we did it 2 years ago, but we did it last year. And we thought maybe we'd bring it back in a kind of a version this week and actually do it again. And we both have our own recipes. We both have our own ideas. We're going to share probably some stories about it, but it's cookies and cocoa week here. And I'm sure Gladys has her own cookies, her own cocoa. And yes.
Yeah. And I cheated. Hey, Robert.
Robert, hey, I did too. All right. I'm just going to say.
Starbucks.
I went to Starbucks to get it. Why? Starbucks makes the best cocoa.
I got a picture of that because who knows? Maybe they'll sponsor us one of these days.
Maybe one of these days we'll get, Starbucks. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got to get the emblem out so everybody can see the Starbucks siren's eye.
Okay.
You think that maybe they'll tell us to stop sharing their product?
Probably not.
You are interfering with my Eagles game. Well, I'm just going to give you this advice, my dear cousin Rich. When I don't watch the Eagles when they need to win, they win. But if I watch them when they need to win, they lose. So be thankful I'm distracting you from the game, because if I were watching, there was a chance they would lose.
At least they're not losing against the Cowboys. Oh, I said it. I've been holding on to that for 3 weeks. Sorry.
Well, it could be rougher, okay? Because it brought so much joy to my life this morning. The fact that Kansas City will not be in the Super Bowl this year.
Oh.
Not saying who I rubbed that into, but go back to podcasts from 2 years ago. You guys will know why I said that.
Yeah. Good times.
I should have bet him at the beginning of the season, all right, something to do with the Eagles, that he would have had to wear an Eagles jersey.
Yes.
And I didn't.
Well,
anyway.
Last year you had to wear a Kansas City jersey.
No, it was 2 years ago. I wore the Kansas.
Oh.
It was not. Yeah, it wasn't this past year. It was the 2 years ago game, or 3 years ago game that they won. That they because it was the first Eagles game against the Chiefs that the Eagles lost. Is last year's game they won. So, and this year, the Eagles still could be in it.
Yeah.
But Kansas City is not going to be in it. All right. But we can place bets if they think the Cowboys are going to be there. I'm willing to bet right now. I'm willing to lay big money down the fact that the Cowboys won't.
Oh, yeah. They will not. I just got harassed a moment ago about the Cowboys, and I said they're going to start to implode. So this is about the time. So
to which I said to Craig this morning, as he's like, oh, man, yeah, my Chiefs are out. I said, hey, don't feel bad. The Cowboys fans have been feeling that for 30 years.
Thank you for the reminder. On that note,
it's cookies and cocoa. So, yes, I did bring my little mugs. So we have these wonderful these are tiny mugs that we have. They probably hold about 8 to 10 ounces.
Okay.
Right. And we do these. They're kind of Christmassy. They're about the only Christmassy mugs we have. When it comes to cookies, Gwen did a few of them over the weekend before she had to leave. My daughter did some today. But we have a tradition in our house where we do cookies, and Grandpa has a cookie truck.
Oh, cute. Yeah, I don't eat cookies and very seldom, so we'll see if these get eaten. But I like your idea. You got to put them there, and then you don't know
I've got a Santa one as well. All right. There's two things in my house. Santa's three. Santa's trees and red truck.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
I don't have any of that. You know me, I'm the bah humbug person. So, but I do have my Black Bear Diner mug because
Black Bear Diner mug. Yep.
You know, they gave me a mug. I also have my Brewery Run series one that I had to put because I needed 2 hot cocos because one was not enough. And at some point, it looks like our landscapers are here, so I'm gonna have to mute at some point because they'll get right outside my window and I'll get really loud. So I'll let you all know. So what kind of cookies? So you cheated by going to Starbucks. I cheated by not making my normal Mexican hot cocoa and using abuelitas, which I didn't grab the little thing. But anyway, so it's.
I also though I'm not really. I'm not going to put alcohol in tonight, and it's okay. I know we're a drinking podcast, but it's okay. I decided that I just want to do my cocoa regular tonight. I was going to add Sambuca to it.
Right.
But I'm like, you know what? I just want to enjoy the cocoa and cookies tonight.
Nothing wrong with that. What I pulled out because I was like, what am I going to do? A lot of times when I am doing a special hot cocoa, I'll put in whiskey is my number one. Sometimes bourbon, but usually whiskey. But I started to think, what else could I do without adding peppermint schnapps because I don't want a headache. As you can tell,
the schnapps is not. I
still here.
That goes 3 years ago when we did schnapps.
Yeah, and
on
it's
the
still
podcast.
And as you can tell, there's still that much left. Then, of course, because this is Rose City Distilling and it's local, you know me, I always want to bring in something local. So I had the rye, but I'm like, do I really want to put my rye in there? And then I thought, no, but I wanted to show those two because I thought I need to show what I would normally go with, not the schnapps, but the rye. But then I remembered, I have good cinnamon whiskey. So if you want a little bit of cinnamon in there, this is a great way to go. And of course, going local again, this is Skunk Brothers. They are in Stevenson, Washington, just around about an hour or 15 minutes from Portland. They have a real cinnamon stick in there. Let's see if I can get it on the camera. There it is. There's the stick. They have a real cinnamon stick in there. And this is corn whiskey that they utilize. They're not adding any artificial anything. So, you know, we have our other cinnamon stuff that's out there that we won't put on the podcast because it has too many chemicals. The other thing that I thought of that I've not done before is adding rum, but not just any rum because you can't just put
No, you can't do any rum. I would have to see. It's got to be the dark spiced.
The black spice.
Kraken, baby.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah.
For proof, this one would be one that would be perfect. This actually goes very well, of all things, purple Gatorade, like the grape flavored Gatorade.
Well, I wouldn't know that because that's one Gatorade I don't drink. Anyway, did you just lose she just lost her lawn guy. So anyway, hey guys, I got some cookies here tonight. All right. And these are homemade. We make them at our house. We make cookies every year. So we have, of course, my favorite, which is peanut butter. We've got some ginger snaps. And then over here, this is one of Jess's new specialty, peppermint bark cookies. So it's got the peppermint into it. It's got the white mocha chips into it. And it's got and it's chocolate. So very, very good. Now, there's a ton of cookies we usually do in this house. I love my Russian tea cakes. I mean, things like that. They're the ones that I really, really love. This year, just because of Gwen's having to travel a lot, I'm not going to have as many cookies this year. One of the things I don't do is I don't do the baking here. All right.
Yeah,
I will do a lot of cooking in the house. As a matter of fact, I made this really kick-ass barbecue chicken in a slow cooker yesterday.
Oh, you and barbecue.
Well, you normally would think I would do barbecue on my grill or in the smoker. No, I did this in a slow cooker.
Oh.
I put it in a slow cooker with just the spices on it yesterday and let it cook all day. I did not add the sauce to it until the end of the day.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, I dumped all the juices out and savored my juices and made a gravy with it.
Ooh, that sounds
all right. So you could have gravy on your chicken or you could have barbecue sauce on the chicken.
Oh, nice.
But the last hour, I poured my sauce, my special recipe. I poured a whole jar of it in and let it go in that slow cooker for
And
that last hour.
that you add all your special whiskey.
Yeah, my special bourbon sauce that I make. Yeah, I had a jar of it made ahead of time, and I just poured it over, and I only left it in there for an hour. So it's not like I didn't cook it in it all day. It's just that last hour to heat the sauce up and to put the heated sauce around the outside of the chicken, not inside the meat.
Okay.
All right. And that was what I did yesterday. And I think I still have 2 pieces left in the refrigerator. So, I mean, yeah, we ate through most of it. So, yeah, anyway.
So I do have a cookie story. One of my friends, this was many eons ago. She's like, I'm going to bake cookies. Come and bake cookies with me. So, of course, took mom with me. I made biscotti. I do make pretty decent biscotti. So I made the biscotti. She made all sorts of cookies. And then I made another, whatever it was, of cookies. So then when everything was said and done, mom tastes her cookies, tastes my cookies. And then mom, of course, being mom, my mom, she leans over and she says, her cookies are better than your cookies. And I was like, Mom, I don't like baking. I said, I barely made these cookies. So I said, yes, she's a baker. She loves to bake. And she had all the gadgets. So making cookies was so much easier when you have everything. But biscotti, my biscotti is pretty good. I put craisins in there and lemon zest, and then I drizzle with white chocolate. She really liked my biscotti. So that was a good thing. Well, not my mom, my friend. But I usually don't bake. I'd rather not bake. I love to cook. Baking is just, I can do it. I don't enjoy it. So one of my clients sent me.
My mom's the baker here. She's really good at it too. So
one of my clients sent me a care package. It had wine and a few other things. But one of the things that was in there was a Sweet Street is the brand, salted caramel, cage-free eggs, non-GMO manifesto cookie. It's a buttery, sweet, and salty crunch. And so that was from one of my clients. Then, of course, I had to go local because, you know me, anything Oregon, I'm going to be bringing on the podcast. I went to Le Sucre, that is here in Wilsonville. They're also one of my clients, but they have the best bakery. And I went specifically for the cookies. So I told her, you're going to be on the podcast. What cookie should I have? Because, of course, I wanted a snickerdoodle because snickerdoodle. And there was going to be chocolate chip. And she says, go with the double chocolate chip. Yeah. Because she goes, if you're going to be pairing it with hot cocoa, and especially if you put any alcohol in it, that is the one. So I have snickerdoodle, I have the double chocolate chip, and then I have the salted caramel. So those are my 3 cookies, and they are as big as my head, in my opinion. I will probably take a bite out of each one, and then I probably won't eat the rest. So
yes, and tonight's kind of a dessert show. So, which means once we get done, then we're going to probably go eat dinner. I chose not to put alcohol in my cocoa tonight, but there's the alcohols. I know you went through it. You would go and put in yours. One of the things I like with my hot drinks, and I have it on here on the desk, is I have Sambuca. All right. I love Sambuca in my hot chocolate, in my coffees, things like that. And actually, I have been known on Saturday morning to sneak a flask into Starbucks with my Sambuca in it and kind of add to my Saturday morning coffee. But the other things that I have done it with in hot chocolate, and I think we did it last year, is with some tequila. Tequila really puts this, you know what I mean, the saltiness from the tequila and the sugaries, it really gives it that almost like that salted caramel hot chocolate, but it's not caramel you're dealing with. You're dealing with the salt of the tequila, which is really a thing. I have done moonshine. I put my moonshine into it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see moonshine in hot cocoa.
Yeah, I don't know as though I don't know if I've ever tried it with vodka, but I'm betting.
So I was at an event and they had hot cocoa. They had a whole hot cocoa bar with all the tasting. What I did for my hot cocoa, it's melted now, but I got my Dove and I used the spoon to get the shavings and I put it on top. So there will be some pictures. But they had all the things for hot cocoa. And then they had a bar, but they had very little things in the bar. And one of the things they had was this, and then they had vodka. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I am not going to add vodka to my hot cocoa. It just didn't seem to jive.
It didn't. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm. I was like going, why would you have that? Why do you not have a whiskey? Why do you not have like a spiced rum? What is it? Who decided this is what they were going to have at the bar that does not go with hot cocoa?
Yeah,
I'm kind of picky.
I don't like my whiskeys in my hot cocoas because I like the taste of my whiskeys, and I think to me whiskey doesn't go with sweet. With the only exception to that is my cinnamon whiskey, and very rarely do I sit and drink a lot of cinnamon whiskey. It's usually a sip or an added. So that's where the cinnamon whiskey would be.
Oh yeah. See, I love putting whiskey or bourbon in my hot cocoa. It just, when it's a cold day and you're all snuggled up on the couch watching a fun movie and it's pouring down rain outside, and then you have this beautiful mug with your hot cocoa and the whipped cream, and then you add some whiskey to it. You add, it is like, it just goes down, warms up the tummy. I absolutely love it. You know me, I'm a whiskey girl. But I'm very particular what I'm going to put in there. I'm not going to put like on my really high end stuff, my expensive. No, I put in that one that's something like this. I'll put something that, I'll put my Tullamore Dew. I'll put that level because I like it, but I'm also willing to put it into a cocktail. So I'm very particular what I put in there.
I go to a bar and I get a whiskey, and then I also want like either a Dr. Pepper or something else to go with it. And I always explain, no, I don't want them together. I want them in separate drinks. I think it's probably because I like about the only drink I really think that I've mixed with whiskey, even on the show here a lot, is an old fashioned. For the most part, I like my whiskey as whiskey. And I think we've seen me do that. And that's what we started our subject is when we started this thing was whiskeys. All right. And I've not been one to mix a lot with my whiskeys. There's a lot of other things I like to mix, but very few things do I want to mix with my whiskeys. So I don't know if I want to put whiskey in my coffee and I think one year we did do the Irish coffee.
Yeah.
All right.
But it was also Irish whiskey, yes. And that I'm willing to put into a mix. Okay. These snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
Yum. But this double chocolate. This is bomb.
But now think about those. If you're which cookie you're eating with the cocoa, which alcohol do you want to add to it now when tasting the cookie?
Probably the spiced rum.
Okay.
I think would go very well because that spice with the chocolate, I think would elevate this cookie. With the salted caramel, I think the cinnamon would go a little bit better, but I can live without the cinnamon cookie or without the salted caramel. This chocolate and the snickerdoodle. Oh my goodness.
I'm just thinking, and I don't have any here. You know what would go very well with this cookie right here?
Some moonshine on with your.
No, and I know it would mix very well with hot cocoa. Screwball.
Oh.
A peanut butter hot chocolate with a peanut butter cookie. Think about that. Screwball whiskey inside your hot chocolate. So you're going to get the peanut butter taste. Yep. I don't have any. I'm out right now. But yeah, which is something we had on the show, I think 3 years ago. Go back to, I think it was episode like 22 or something. We had Screwball on. That was in the early days.
That was, that's good stuff. I really like that.
That's going to be a combination there. There's a whiskey I would probably want to mix.
You got to find the things that you like. Again, you have to like the way you drink. If you don't like it, don't drink it. And if you mix it and you don't like it, my suggestion, and I think I've suggested this before, that's why there's little glasses. Even after you've made it, get just a little sauce or something. Separate a little bit of it, add a little bit of the alcohol in there, taste it. If you like it, then pour it into your big mug. If you don't, you toss it and you've not wasted your hot cocoa. So just try it out. See how you like it. If you don't like it, don't drink it.
Well, if I'm going to someplace and I'm doing a tasting, what is the number one thing that they have at the winery when you're tasting?
Wine?
Well, other than the wine.
Water?
They have a spit bucket.
Oh, yes, they do. Where you just pour
it. All right.
Out.
And I'm just saying, there's sometimes that a combination doesn't work and you just put it in the spit bucket.
Yep. Yeah. I've done that a few times.
Yeah. It's okay. All right. The idea behind this is tasting and finding out what you would like. And coming on a show like this is when we do this. It's like sometimes we're coming up with an idea that we never thought of because we're putting combinations of flavors into our mouth going, You know what? Good with this. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I know I was going to get the peppermint hot chocolate from Starbucks, but I got just the regular one
Yeah.
because Starbucks peppermint hot chocolate's too peppermint. Too
I
much
was going
peppermint.
to say, sometimes the peppermint can be too much. So I will
Powers.
usually every year will buy one peppermint creamer,
Yeah.
and I changed the brand. And instead of doing my Coffee Mate, I ended up with the Kroger brand because it was on sale. And I thought, oh, I'll get it. It was so pepperminty that it was like, it just devoured my mouth that I was like, I keep tasting peppermint and I didn't care for it. It was like, I could not wait until I was done with that bottle. I was like, I'm done. I just need to, I didn't care for it. So I don't know if it's the brand that made me not like it or if I'm just past having peppermint.
No, I think what happens is like, remember, like, I don't want to ever go back to the peppermint schnapps things because of the bad, week I had after the last time we did it, which is, gosh, I want to say almost 4 years ago now.
That was bad.
But the peppermint, I love peppermint, and when I love the things I love, rather than get him and try to get them into like a creamer mix nowadays, I would rather get it myself and make it myself. So get a peppermint syrup so I can add the syrup I want to it for the flavor I want. If you're making cookies, you're gonna put the right amount of vanilla extract that you like in.
Right.
You're not gonna go buy, well, I'm gonna buy this thing of butter because it had vanilla extract in it.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's what people are doing with these creamers is they're buying the creamer. It's like buying your butter with the flavoring you want in your cookie already. You know, it doesn't work that way. Buy the syrup and make it.
Yeah, it tastes better.
I mean, and we did things with, like, I remember when I worked for Starbucks, my old roommate, Janie, and I used to do this when we had to shift together because we were creative. Janie was a baker. All right. And she was my roommate for a long time. She's a great roommate, great friend of mine still to this day. We one night come up with the idea of, because we made our own, Starbucks makes their own whipped cream.
Yes.
So we made, and it is far better than this, by the way. We made it, and I'm thinking about buying my own container to make it.
I had one.
Yeah.
I had one. And you just
I used to have them. I don't know more, but
yeah, I don't either.
Because what we did is we realized we're putting vanilla in there for the flavoring.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't put vanilla in one night. One night we decided to put chocolate in.
And how did that turn out?
A chocolate whipped cream was really good.
Yeah.
But then we didn't stop there. Then we did it one night with a shot of espresso.
Oh, at night you didn't
espresso whipped cream. Oh my gosh.
You can't do that past like 4 o'clock. Otherwise you're going to be up all night.
Tim can. Yeah. I can. Then you're talking to the guy who will drink whiskey at 6 a.m. and drink coffee at 10 p.m. So you know what I mean? What do you expect?
Well, there's that.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, I can't drink coffee after 6. Otherwise I'll stay up.
Yeah. So Cindy was stopped by and visit. We haven't seen Cindy in a long time. Hey, Cindy, we have been missing you. I know National Brownie Day, but we decided rather than doing brownies because of the fact that it's Christmas, we were going to do Christmas cookies. But we do thank you for reminding us that it is National Brownie Day. So my good old buddy there, Mr. Bill Wallace, stopping in. I love you, Bill. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in here and visiting us as always. Right. And yes, Rich, my mom does rock.
Well, does it count that I have this double chocolate chip cookie that's like a brownie? It literally reminds me of a brownie.
Well, we did talk about brownies, and we were suggesting lining up flavors for doing this episode. We did, but we thought about the brownie, and we went, you know what? We've got to do a cookie. The Christmas time, we do have to do a cookies and cocoa episode. It's it's almost certain staples we're trying to put in every year. All right, because we find out different things when we test and sample the same thing year after year, right? I wouldn't drink cocoa and cookies every day, every week of the year.
Oh no, I barely ever eat anything sweet, but you're given the stuff. Yeah.
I know, over the next couple of weeks, we're actually gonna, in 2 weeks, we're actually gonna do something we should have done last week, but we couldn't because we're just the way the schedule's round up. Next year we will have it implemented better. All right, but next week actually happens to be our show will be on the first day of Hanukkah.
Oh,
And
okay.
we actually have people in our audience who are Jewish, and I have, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about that. We're actually going to have foods and flavors that what they would have in Hanukkah. All right, we're probably going to have a good Jewish wine. I'm really trying to find a good Jewish wine that I would have, but like challah bread is something we love making in our house, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a unique episode. But cookies and cocoa are a Christmas staple that we have to do every year. And we decided to do it this year. As I said, I'm drinking my cocoa this year without any alcohol into it. I know the way I'm rambling, drunk. I'm not.
That's him being normal. He usually calms down a little bit after he's had a
I need the alcohol to calm down. No, it's funny because Craig was talking this morning on our call, and he said because he's doing a certain diet thing for a couple of weeks. And he said, well, he's in the past 20 days, I've only had 3 drinks. I said, it's funny, Craig, in the past 20 days, I've only had 3 drinks because I've had 3 shows.
Right.
I really just, there comes a time when I don't drink a lot, and it's okay. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I was doing the soft 75. I was cutting what was in there. I would only drink during the podcast, and I would only put half the alcohol, if at all, because I was trying to follow it as best I could. But there was no way. I'm like, I'm going to fail every week if I did the hard 5. So,
which we will do, by the way. It's something else. There's other things that we do that are consistent every year. We will do an episode next month on dry January because there's a lot of people practice dry January. Yep. And this show is not just about, and I know a lot of people look at our show and go, well, you guys just drinkers, right? I happen to know that people yes, we are, but I happen to know that we have people in our audience who are regular members to come by here who are alcoholics and don't drink.
Yeah.
But they come by and visit our show every week and they talk flavors with us because they don't have to drink to understand the flavor anymore. And we're hoping that we help them fall in love with the flavor again, that they can find that flavor without the alcohol because the alcohol was a problem in their life.
Right. And we also, for those of you that are new to our show, we also will give recipes sometimes for a punch, and we'll say make the punch and have the alcohol on the side. So that way the kiddos can drink whatever it is, or those that don't want alcohol can drink it. And then those that do can add their alcohol on the side. And that way you're able to enjoy of something that's delicious without having to worry about the alcohol in it. So it's you have options, y'all, but it's all about enjoying what you drink, how you pair it with your food, how good it tastes. And if you don't like it, don't pair it, try something else. And, because sometimes we try things on the show that we don't know what it's going to taste like. And then we taste it and we go, oh, yes, or, oh, no, that's just not going to work for me. And that's okay.
Well, I'd be curious this year. All right. Since it is a new year now, we've been doing this podcast since 2021. So this is now our 2021. That's our 4th or 5th Christmas we've done. Which Christmas is this? We sat and looked at the calendar.
Don't make me go back and count. I don't know.
I'm going to go look at the years. Go look at the years really quick. We did 1. This would be our 2nd year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did our first episode 5 years. Our first Christmas 5 years ago.
Were we 20? Really?
Yeah, it's 2021. 2021 was. Yeah, 2020 would have been 6 years ago. Think about it. Anyway, so yeah, it's 5 years we've been doing the Christmas episode. So it's like, there's things that we learned how to do with Christmas. I'm curious now though, for listeners, whether you're listening live or you're listening or you listen to the replay later, tell us in the comments what Christmas cookies you have. All right. And do you put anything in your cocoa? I'd be curious what our listeners would put in their cocoa.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's what I did with the when I posted, I said, what do you like to mix with? Yeah.
As opposed to, you remember, just to show you guys, you remember the famous movie, The Christmas Story, A Little Ralphie?
Yeah.
The very end of it, all right, it's like 6 a.m. and the parents are sitting there drinking wine.
In their mug.
And wine at like 6 a.m. in their pajamas, yeah. No. Anyway.
Nobody knows. Oh wait.
But that show also inspired me to have a duck this year.
Oh, very cool. No,
Anyway.
this was a good little combination. Learning new things to combine, which I hadn't thought of. That came up, so that's not a bad thing. So,
and again, I will show my wonderful thing here, and I know I can't shut all my lights off because of my fact that my trigger's gone. Only one of them goes off. But anyway, it lights up.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
I have a little switch for it to light up. I have got more, as you can tell, I have more decorations and lights in my house than you want to know. All right. Christmas is my time of year. And today I got in the new shower curtains and new bedspreads for Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, so cookies and cocoa. What cocos do you have? What cookies do you have? All right. Do you bake your own cookies, or do you buy them from a bakery, or we can even go back to this. All right. This is the one question we should ask is, what was the favorite cookie your mom made at Christmas time as a kid, or your grandmom? Because we all have that grandmom or mom cookie that we loved.
Yeah, my family didn't make cookies. I know.
Yeah, but I do think one of those. But your family probably made those Christmas tamales though. Tamales. See, I'll take. I didn't have them. I'll take the tamales too. Tastes good.
If I make more, I'll send them your way. I have a box down here that's for you that I need to ship to you. So
I think. And so I ran into a guy. All right, as we should finish up the show. I ran into a guy at the supermarket this week. I was telling him about the show, and he has family from down in Mexico, and he was telling me he's got family down there that they got all the tastings of different tequilas. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, if you want to be on our show, you can ship some to us. He says, oh, no. We can't ship these.
There's always a way. There's always a way.
Well, I mean, I said, I get it because believe it or not, I said, I mean, I can say this, but I'm not drinking it. All right. I, in the past, not saying I have it here now, I, in the past, have gotten my moonshine from some people I know through bootleggers to drink from the woods. Now I can't get it and drink it on the podcast.
Right.
We can't do that. Everything we drink on the podcast, by the way, is legal alcohol we can get.
Yes.
All right. We have to pay the tax onto it because we're not going to commit a crime on and record it. No.
Right. I was going to say we don't need to tell the world what we're drinking sometimes. Yeah. But for those that get on our special mailing list,
yep.
That you're part of the Insiders Club, you might get invited to one of these times where we're drinking something that we might not put on the podcast.
Yeah.
That can happen. So make sure you go to likethewayyoudrink.com and sign up. You have to be 21 or over in order to get on the mailing list, because we are not going to get in trouble for you not being 21 or over. So make sure you are 21 or over. If you're not, oh, shame on you. We will probably figure it out at some point and kick you out. But go to likethewayyoudrink.com and sign up.
Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is brought to you every week by Gladys and I. Our businesses pay the bills around here. So while we do enjoy drinking, yes, we do have businesses, and yes, we are out there actually making a living as entrepreneurs, both of us. So our businesses pay the bills around here so that we can afford to like the way we drink. Gladys is going to tell you about her business first, and then I will tell you about mine. All right, and we ask that if you need something or you have a friend, refer them to our businesses. If you liked our show, that would be the greatest compliment you could give. So go ahead, Gladys, tell them about yours.
Well, I am Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design, helping you become employer of choice through employee benefits. Because when you show your staff that you care, guess what? They're going to stick around, and they're going to know that you are taking care of them. They're going to take care of your clients, which means clients are going to stay, clients are going to refer, and your business is going to grow. So there are 101 creative ways to attract and retain that quality staff, and you can do that through employee benefits. So if you go to Insurance Design Pros on the upper left-hand corner, you can get the white paper that will give you the 101. But if you're saying, I still don't know what to do, then go to my link to my calendar, which is enrollnoworegon.com. Get on my calendar. We will have a conversation. If you are in a state that I am not licensed in, guess what? I will find a broker that's in your area to help you with your benefits. Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design, and this is my co-host.
Hey guys, my name is Tim Gillette. Simple Easy Websites and Simple Easy Marketing is what I do. I've got a mastermind helping people with their marketing as well as different life and navigating the world of being an entrepreneur. And then as an accent to that business, I actually started a couple of years ago building websites for people. We have a website division that builds websites, manages websites for you, and runs them for you so you don't have to. SimpleEasyWebsites.com. All right, we've got some free things up there right now where you can actually do, you can get our new website planner that's coming out soon, or you can actually just do a review and different other tools that we're having added in there. Looking to take on a couple new clients here in the new year. Brand new websites to build for people and run them. All right, go to SimpleEasyWebsites.com, book a call with me, and we can talk about yours.
We will see you next week. Next week, y'all. Let me see. I think I have it on my calendar of what we're going to be doing. Should we tell them?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it already, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be the first day of Hanukkah. So we will be tasting. Oh, I know it's here. Where is it here?
I put challah bread, latkes, and wine.
And wine, yeah. So latkes is like the potato pancake type thing, which I'm looking forward to have them because I've always liked them with sour cream and yeah.
And some chives on top. Oh yeah,
chives on top of them. Yes. And then challah bread, which we're gonna make it fresh. Challah bread is just awesome when you eat it fresh. And in our house we make challah bread. It doesn't last to get cold. We eat it. So
nice. So make sure you tune in next week. We're gonna be here.
Yep.
Oh wait.
In the meantime, guys. All right. Thanks for coming by our episode this week. We appreciate you. As always, being members here of our podcast, please join us every week and follow us on all the social media channels. In the meantime, we will see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers,